Breaking Bulletin brings you the latest news updates on local and international affairs, along with in-depth documentaries that uncover the truth behind global events. If you want to stay informed, make sure to like, share, and leave a comment. Your engagement helps us grow and continue delivering high-quality news content. Today, we dive into a story that is shaking the economic relationship between two of the world's largest trading partners, Canada and the United States. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has made a strong statement regarding the ongoing trade tensions with the United States. According to him, the trade war initiated by U.S. President Donald Trump is hurting American consumers, driving down their confidence, and threatening the stability of North America's economic relationship. But is this trade war truly harming the United States more than Canada, or is there another angle to consider? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Carney's remarks came while he was campaigning in Windsor, Ontario, a critical region for Canada's manufacturing sector and a hub for cross-border trade with the United States. He pointed to data from the Conference Board, which reported a significant drop in U.S. consumer confidence, noting a 7.2-point decline in March alone. This marks the fourth consecutive month of decline, placing consumer confidence at its lowest level since early 2021. He attributed this drop in part to the uncertainty caused by Trump's aggressive trade policies, which have triggered tariffs, retaliatory measures, and growing instability in supply chains. The most immediate impact of the trade war has been felt in the steel and aluminum industries. Trump's administration imposed a 25% tariff on Canadian steel and aluminum, citing national security concerns. These tariffs have strained relations between the two neighboring countries and raised questions about the future of trade agreements that have historically strengthened North America's economic cooperation. The Canadian Prime Minister did not hold back in his criticism of Trump's approach, stating that these aggressive trade policies are designed to weaken Canada's economy. Carney claimed that Trump's end goal is to force Canada into a position of economic dependence, allowing the United States to exert greater control over its northern neighbor. "He wants to break us so America can own us," Carney declared, emphasizing that Canada would never allow itself to be manipulated through economic coercion. The tension between the two leaders is not just economic but deeply political. Trump has repeatedly suggested that Canada should become the 51st state of the United States, a notion that has enraged Canadians across the political spectrum. While some see Trump's statements as mere rhetoric, others believe they indicate a serious effort to reshape the balance of power in North America. Carney used Windsor's Ambassador Bridge as a backdrop to highlight the economic stakes at play. This bridge, the busiest border crossing between Canada and the United States, is responsible for facilitating 25% of all trade between the two nations. Every year, more than 140 billion Canadian dollars in goods cross the bridge, amounting to over $400 million per day. The automotive industry, which heavily relies on cross-border trade, is particularly vulnerable to the consequences of the ongoing trade war. Canada's auto sector, the country's second-largest export industry, employs approximately 125,000 workers directly and nearly 500,000 in related industries. These jobs depend on a seamless flow of parts and products across the border, with components often crossing multiple times before final assembly. To counter the economic uncertainty caused by Trump's tariffs, Carney announced a strategic response fund worth $2 billion Canadian dollars. This fund is aimed at protecting Canadian auto jobs and supporting businesses affected by the trade war. However, will this financial aid be enough to shield Canada's economy from the ripple effects of U.S. tariffs? Meanwhile, Trump has temporarily granted a one-month exemption on tariffs for Canadian and Mexican auto imports, raising hopes for a possible de-escalation. However, many analysts remain skeptical, arguing that this exemption is merely a temporary pause in an ongoing economic battle rather than a sign of resolution. The trade war has fueled speculation about the broader implications for US-Canada relations. Historically, both countries have maintained strong economic ties, with agreements like NAFTA and later the USMCA ensuring a stable and mutually beneficial trade relationship. But Trump's increasingly aggressive policies have called into question the long-term viability of these agreements. Despite the mounting tensions, Carney insisted that Canada remains committed to standing firm against economic bullying. He reassured workers and businesses that the government will take all necessary steps to protect national industries and prevent job losses. While Canada seeks solutions, the question remains, will this trade war ultimately backfire on the United States by weakening consumer confidence and damaging key industries? Or will it succeed in pushing Canada into a weaker economic position? What do you think? Is Canada's economy resilient enough to withstand Trump's trade policies, or will these tariffs force Canada to make concessions? Should the United States rethink its approach, or is this strategy justified in protecting American interests? We want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Before you go, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Breaking Bulletin. Your support helps us bring you the latest updates and in-depth reports on the most pressing global issues. Give us a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next report.